Hi, my name is Darren Joseph from HTJ.tax, and we're the team that seeks to demystify that sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today we have the honor and privilege of speaking with Ravi. Ravi, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I'm Ravindra Narayanasamy. You can call me Ravi from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. I'm in charge of the tax department from Raki CS Tan Ramanan. I've been in this line more than 15 years, I can say, mostly specialized in tax.
Great. And thanks for sharing a copy of the book. It was from the Chartered Institute of Tax, as well as the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Malaysia. Thank you very much. Let's talk about banking. Banking is a challenge everywhere and for everyone, especially when it's international banking. How is it within Malaysia? Is it relatively easy for corporations to open and maintain accounts? And what about those Malaysian structures that may have offshore entities, for example, the BVI or companies incorporated outside of Malaysia as part of their structures? Is it easier or getting harder for Malaysian bank accounts to be opened and maintained for such international structures? Sometimes you would want to have a bank account in a country other than the country of incorporation of the company. For example, for a Malaysian company that's doing business in other jurisdictions, maybe they will have a holding company in Singapore, maybe they'll have some sort of IP or some sort of trading function in another jurisdiction. And I'm just wondering whether in the case of relatively complex structures, is it getting harder or easier to open and maintain corporate accounts in Malaysia?
In terms of overseas investors coming to Malaysia and incorporating a company, having a bank account, that is a big challenge, I can say, technically. If you don't have any reference, if let's say you're multinational companies, you have a presence in most part of the world, like Singapore, especially like Singapore, you have some of the banks that you have the branches over here. If you have such things, means there should not be an issue because they will refer back to the Malaysia bank, say you already have the account here. Mm-hmm. That's how the referrals is done. Then whether they already have a business here, then it's easier for them to refer. Maybe they have other business already established in Malaysia. Then it's based on referral. If there's no referral at all, it will be a very difficult task to open a bank account. They will put a lot of conditions. That means you must have a local signatory, you must have a local director, signatory. They won't allow the foreign directors. If you want to have a foreign directors, then they put certain condition. Your minimum opening of the bank account should be such amount, can go to 250,000 to 500,000. It can happen. It's not a fixed thing. You see, it's based on bank by bank. Different bank have a different internal guideline for this bank opening. It's not same technically. But as far as foreign entities, they are coming here, we always ask them to get their parents' company or related party company's bank to second or nominate the opening of the bank here. If not, then it will be a very difficult thing for them. And unless, of course, if they are Facebook is opening a bank account here, it's very well known. Then it's something different. You have to pay for it to open the bank account. That means you have to go the harder way. The process will be more harder. Not to say you cannot open, the process will be more rigid. You have to go extra another 20 process to get the bank account open.
Because over the course we're here in Singapore, that was an issue in the past year or so, where it feels as if everyone who, at least we know, that have BVI companies, the British Virgin Islands, the Caribbean structures, and they have bank accounts in Singapore, the bank has been calling them in for extra due diligence, and in many cases just saying we need to close the account. As the banks become more conscious of certain risks and they update their risk profiles, a lot of these offshore company structures are being rejected when it comes to banking. I guess what you're saying is that in Malaysia, it's pretty consistent. If there's an international element, it's an extra layer of due diligence and challenges are to be expected.
In Malaysia, on BVI terms, there's no much news available because normally in Malaysia terms, BVI only open by company that already have repo, they have investment, because most of the client I know, they have investment in Australia, other countries, a lot of other countries, then they just have a BVI as just a parking company of their income, another option to do that. Technically, there's no issue. On the Malaysian side, because the restriction we see opening the bank account, because Malaysia, as you understand, there's a lot of money laundering case happening in Malaysia. That is the main issue. Even recently, we are hearing cases locals has been used to open bank account, and they pay them certain amount, then local just open a bank account, then they operate using the local person. The person won't know anything until the police come the next day standing in front of their house.
Exactly. Absolutely. Ravi, thank you for your time sharing your expertise from on the other side of the causeway in Malaysia to me here in Singapore. If someone wanted to find you, what's the best way to contact you, Ravi?
They can always call us. I think you can find our contact in most Roland Asia Pacific website. You can call me. We are the group. Our company name is Rocky CS Tan and Ramanan. My contact is there. If you need any tax advice or any tax assistance in Malaysia, you can always approach us. Myself, we have audit partners, Mr. Hari Chandran. Then we have our audit senior partner also, Mr. Venkataramanan. They are also in the boat. You can contact any of us if you have any issue.
Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.